Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kiana, is known as Lene Key, and I'm back with another video. Period. Cool. By the title of this video that this is how I met my fiance, okay? I'm a whole fiance out here. Okay. This is a love edition. Happy that I'm dropping it on Valentine's Day. And our anniversary is actually in 6 days, guys. 2 years. This video is going to be wrapped around the title of my book that I'm going to be writing. It's called Deserving, like me deserving love. Actually, I'm not going to get too deep into the book and what it's really going to be about, but it's going to be about, you know, just the nitty gritty, you know, of the backstory before I met my fiance. I will admit I had daddy issues. Me and my dad had a weird relationship, but my dad was in my life all my life. Parents were together for 19 years. They divorced when I was 19 or 18. We just had a weird relationship. It was just more like he was there. He did what he needed to do, you know. So I went searching elsewhere, which led me into situationships and relationships that I had no business being in. I wouldn't, you know what, when I say a pimp, like, I don't want y'all to think that I was pimping guys at all, because that was not me. But the way I moved, like, it was just me. I was unbothered, okay? Like, I was that female, okay? So I really didn't care about anything. I was unbothered. You want to be with me, okay? I'm think about it. You know, I just wasn't, I was just me, unbothered. It wasn't until my spiritual awakening that I realized at 24 that something needed to change. My last situationship really, like, put a damper on a lot. Like, the light bulb went on for me. I'll tell you a little bit of background about that situation. Met a guy, he was a barber, he was into a lot of women. I didn't look at it like that, and neither did he, and we had something special, I guess, going on. Time went on, I was fighting my demons, you know, and I guess he didn't understand that. I don't really know the backstory on his end, but I know because I took accountability for that relationship as well. He did things for me, he was there for me. I needed him, he was there. But again, I was fighting my demons, and I was dealing with what he was doing to me, and he was saying, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship. So right there, I should have took that and ran with it. But like I said, we was hanging out like if we was together. You would have thought that we were together. Things that we were doing, we would have thought we were together. But as time went on, he ended up meeting somebody else, and I will never forget, he was like, she matters. And I'm like, the freak is that supposed to mean? Her mattering, if that's a word, her mattering to him meant that I guess he seen a future with her, and she had a little boy, and that was just like a rough time for us, because I'm like, you know, I got kids too, you know, I thought we was in this together. But again, he didn't want to be in a relationship. But again, we were doing relationship things. Rule number 1, don't do that, guys. Time went on, I should have just left when I needed to, but he wouldn't let me leave, that type of thing. And the girl was present, so he was debating between her and I didn't understand that until the end. How that whole situation went down was disgusting, okay? But that situation put the light bulb over my head, because I'm like, yo, like, shorty, if a man wants to be with you, he wouldn't have to pick between 2 females. And I always said, I don't come second to nobody. And the fact that I felt like I was coming second to somebody and trying to show him my love, and I was doing too much. I did value our relationship, but I guess me fighting my demons was too much for him. Me handling his baggage was too much for him. I don't understand. It was too much for me. I didn't know me. I didn't know my worth. I didn't know anything. It wasn't until the last time that we had intercourse with each other. Not a lot of people know this. Nobody knows this. Until now, he was still talking to the female, and I thought that we can rekindle something. And I remember going to his mother's house and seeing the girl's stuff and her, and you know, because he had a separate room that was upstairs, but there was his room, and I walked past the room and I just seen her stuff in there. I seen the little boy's potty in the bathroom, and it's just like, Kiana, what are you doing? I remember going upstairs and the lights were out, and I felt like I was having sex with the devil, to be honest, because when I left, I felt disgusting. Driving home, I was like, I'm being celibate. I'm worrying about me at this point, because obviously he didn't care about me. He still had a female with a kid doing what he was doing, and I'm out here, you know, like, you left me out here in the cold. I said I was gonna be celibate, and I said the next time that I have intercourse is gonna be with my husband. And I want you to know, guys, moving forward, I was celibate for 9 months before I met my fiance. Now, I've been celibate before, but it was just this time and period in my life that I was just like, no, Key, you need to focus on you and value you. Because at this point, nobody is valuing her down there, okay? Nobody gives a damn about her, so you need to take care of her. So me taking that break from sex was a big thing, because I was able to focus. I noticed that I wasn't trying to run to nobody to cover that healing thing of, oh, I need to have sex with somebody. So I had shut everything sexually completely down. I started manifesting my husband unknowingly. You know, I was getting more deeply into the Bible and reading about, you know, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. And God was just speaking to me about it, and he kept telling me like, hey, this is what your husband's gonna be like. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I felt like every guy that I ran into, that I already knew that was my husband, but it really wasn't. He was just giving me hints. I was getting signs that he was near. God was telling me that, hey, he's gonna be younger than you. And mind you, I was dating older guys, thinking that older guys knew what they was doing. They don't, okay? I got a young one. Even though I'm 28 and he's 26 right now, that's still, listen, he's overranked the older guys. First younger guy, by the way. I went through a period in my life too, to where I had to move out of Florida in order for my life to move on and supersede to what it is now today. He told me, hey, I need you to move to North Carolina. And I'm like, yo, why I gotta go way over here to see my husband? But when I got here, I met my husband, literally. I just felt like getting closer to God in this time period of me being celibate, you know, me reading the Bible, and me understanding the wife role and a husband's role was preparing me for him. I'm about to get into my honey, okay? Meeting my honey. His name is Patrick. When I moved to Charlotte, January 20th of 2019, I started working at O'Charlie's, and sometime in February. I quit my job. I wasn't supposed to go back to working, but God told me, hey, I need you to work as a server at O'Charlie's. And I had a interview set up in Gastonia, North Carolina. And I went there, got the interview, got the job, but I couldn't really work because I had no one to watch my kids. So I had my kids go up to, you know, their dads till I got right. And I just remember, you know, riding around or whatever, and I seen another O'Charlie's. I was like, oh, this is closer to, you know, where I be at. I went in, had an interview, got the job. 2 days later, I was walking in the back, and he was a dishwasher. And I just remember like feeling like this warm feeling like over my body. And I was like, who is that? And mind you, he didn't see me. So at this point, mind you, guys were trying to talk to me in Charlotte, and I'm just like, no. Like, I wasn't feeling it, you know? I wasn't focused on being with anybody. I didn't want to be. Time went on, and I didn't say nothing to him. Like, I'm not trying to holler at you. I'll just ask who's that, you know. I stayed to myself at work too. And then he happened to walk past me one night, and he said something about me wearing ballerina shoes as a server. And I was like, he was like, I know your feet hurt. And I was just like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna get some work shoes, you know, in a couple days or whatever. And he said something, and I was just like, yeah, I ain't got no man to rub them for me. He was like, shoot, I can rub them for you. Again, mind you, I'm not trying to get with nobody. Like, basic flirt. He ended up asking for my number, and I gave it to him, and we started talking. I didn't disclose everything in my life to him, so he didn't know my situation, but he felt like he knew something, and he did. When I tell you I was love from first sight, I didn't see it, but it was there. Happened to get into some trouble, you know, while we were talking. I didn't care, again, because I was not trying to get with anybody. What you got going on is what you got going on. I think I didn't speak to him for a day or two, and I was just like, something's missing. And mind you, while me manifesting my husband unwillingly, I said that if my husband comes about, he's gonna tell me he loves me first. Because mind you, I'm always telling guys that, hey, I love you, or, you know, I care for you, da 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 da. I said, I want to be the one that's told that I love you. So when he got out, he was just like, I love you. And I'm like, whoa. Like, and mind you, I was feeling some type of way too, because I'm just like, okay, I feel incomplete. We had a talk actually after, you know, he got out, and just to talk about where we are with each other. And we made it official a month after I moved from Florida. So our anniversary is February 20th. 2019. Our relationship, that's my best friend. Do you understand? Like, I'm never tired of him. I wake up and see this man day in, day out. Like, I don't get tired of him. We don't get tired of each other because we're best friends. We work together as a team. He loves my children, my first two children, as if they're his, and then we have 2 kids together too. So it's just like, we work together as a team. When we got together, he was trying to do all these things for me, and I had this independent mindset, like, oh, I can take care of this and I can do this, I don't need you. But he wanted to. So as time went on, like, I had to tell myself, like, this man is not going anywhere. He's willing to do everything and anything for me. And when I tell you he does, okay? Supports everything. My only support system. I had to be open-minded about that and stop trying to be that independent woman. I got this, I don't need a man, da 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 da. Because here I have a beautiful man with a beautiful heart willing to take care of me and mine. Because I came with a package. I have 2 children. It's just not just me. When I was 5 months pregnant, he told me that he was gonna marry me, and I'm like, you're gonna marry me? Okay. Mind you, your girl been engaged before with my 2 oldest dad or whatever. That wasn't nothing. So I'm like, whatever, you wanna marry me, that's your business. And he actually proposed to me a week after our anniversary, February 27th of 2020. And your girl said yes, of course. Okay. I said yes. We grew up differently. I had a silver spoon, so he say, Hollywood living life, and he grew up more of on a struggle. So now we have to put 2 relationships and 2 people, not 2 relationships, but like 2 different people perspective of life together as one. And it wasn't a lot of bumping heads because we were very understanding of each other, especially about our past. Us coming together on that aspect was so beautiful. because we're still doing that today. Like, there's things that I've learned and I've done in my life that he hasn't done. There's things that he's done and went through in his life that I haven't. So when we come together, it's just like, okay, I think I can do this. That was me, because I don't know the struggle. Now I do. I didn't know the struggle growing up, so he was the one to show me that. So that way I appreciate life more and certain things in my life. I was really comfortable around him. That was one thing. I was very comfortable around him. Like, I don't use the bathroom with the door open, but when we were staying together, I would use the bathroom with the door open. I didn't care. Like, that's how comfortable we are with each other. Like, that is my best friend. He was the light in my world, because I lived a very crazy lifestyle growing up, and I had a crazy mindset, and he was the one to say, hey, that's not how life really goes. I need you to dim it down, because I'm a bougie one, like I said. He kind of helped me look at different perspective with things, because the way that I thought wasn't right. I just love us. Like I said, that's my best friend. Like, and for us to go through life together with each other, it's so beautiful. Like, and then our wedding is coming up this year. It's just like, oh my God, I'm getting married to my best friend. Ah. I did want to read a Bible verse, okay? Now, this, we were going through a period of time in our life. This helped me because it described him. This is 1 Corinthians 13, verse, this is the Message version of the Bible, 3-7. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut, doesn't have swelled head, doesn't force itself on others, and isn't always me first. Doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't keep score of sins of others, doesn't reveal when others grovel, takes pleasure in flowering of truth, puts up with anything, trusts God always, and always looks for the best, never looks back, but keeps going to the end. And like, this described my fiance to the T, because he's so patient with me. He's so patient. Like, I'm not even patient with myself, but to have somebody patient for me, you know what I'm saying? That's a hookup. He never gave up on me either. That was another thing. He never gave up. Love is kind. He's the nicest person I ever known. Like, he could be mean to people out in the street, but when it comes to me, listen, he's nice. We were going through a period of time in our relationship, and I just read that, and it was just like, okay, you know, this describes him to the T. We do have a podcast together. It's called Life with the McCrays. We started back in October. We're about to kick back up some more episodes. So I will actually have the link to that in the description box, so you guys can, you know, listen to our little love story. I love love. I grew up around love. All of my aunts and uncles were married. My parents were married. So I just feel like me being around love, like I had no choice but to be love. Even though I went through what I went through in life, I just had to be loved. Love takes time, because it starts with self. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. And you can't expect no one else to, because that's not their job. Their job is only to add to it. Love is kind. Love is patient. If you find someone who is patient with you and who loves you no matter what, dark days, rainy days, sunny days, forecast days, whatever days you want to call it, they're a keeper. I'm looking forward to marrying my best friend, because he is everything to me. I swear, I look at him and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, God really gave you to me. And we're really in this for the long haul, because again, like, we are so patient with each other. You know, we know each other like the back of our hand. And I just love this man, okay? I love this man. I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed my little love story. I hope I got down to the nitty-gritty for the most part. Just stay tuned for more of it in my book. This is how I met my fiance, and I will be Mrs. McCray, October 17th. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm making another video. See you soon.